You'd think you'd go the other way on a track like this for TC, but actually we need to go to where we can spin the bike more just to point it, literally just to set up for the next corner.
Wracaj, nie rób żadnych głupot, proszę cię. Jutro chcę, żebyś rozmawiał ze mną na internecie, rozumiesz? Co to dla mnie, głupku?
No TC, the bikes, they overspin, they do work the tire pretty hard. And too much TC, you can't point yourself enough, you know? And we're right in between where the bike's pointing itself about perfect, but sometimes I wanted to actually slide a little more and point itself so I can set up the next corner.
Co to dla mnie? Michał, głupku. Masz się odezwać do mnie. Nic masz nie kombinować. Co to dla mnie? Masz się odezwać do mnie. Co to dla mnie? Michał, nie żartuj. Co to dla mnie? Głupku, nic masz nie kombinować.
All right, we have Sander Donkers. Did I say that right? It's close.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Better than most, maybe?
Yeah, that's well, we just practiced a little bit before the camera was on, so.
And you're from Holland?
Yeah, Netherlands. I've been here now for 3.5 years.
Yeah.
Worked for the Honda team for a couple of years, and when they closed their doors last year, I ended up here, and I must say it's been very good so far. It's a good organized team. Yeah.
And you work with both riders?
Yes, yes.
I guess we should ask what your function is.
My function, usually I'm referred to as the data guy.
Okay.
So I do everything that involves computers, wires, make sure the harnesses, all the sensors work, are programmed properly. I do the fuel mapping on the track. Also things like traction control, wheelie control, set that up. And then the other part is data engineering, where when the guy comes in from a lab, we'll download the data, and together with the crew chief and the rider, we'll go through the data and find out where he can probably maybe improve his style, or we can change something to the motorcycle to make it easier for him to do the lap time or go faster.
Yeah, yesterday evening we sat in on the last little bit of your conversation with Ben, and he was asking for a little less traction control so he could spin it and turn the bike a little better using the rear tire.
Right, yeah. Yeah, he likes to be able to point the bike, you know, once you get on the throttle, point the bike in the direction where he wants to go. So once he picks it up, he's already pointed more towards where he wants to go. So that way you get a better drive. And you can sometimes help the bike turn a little bit. If the chassis isn't as good as you want it to, if you can spin it up, you can just help it turn. So that's important, that you don't overdo it with traction control and stop the ability, you know, for him to point it.
Yeah, that is a popular myth with traction control, is that it can make you go backwards. I mean, it's not a Band-Aid that fixes everything for you.
Absolutely not. No, it is, I think, at best, a tool for the rider to make his life a little bit easier over a race distance. I don't think that, I mean, maybe some MotoGP systems are that advanced, but what we're using, it doesn't make the rider faster for a one lap on a qualifying. It just makes it a little bit easier to manage, and when the tire spins, they can just concentrate a little bit more on other things on the track. So,
are the way that Chris and Ben ride, is your mapping and the electronics that you do really different between those two riders?
I try to keep it as close as possible. What happens often is that some of the settings that Ben comes up with, they trickle down to Chris. And there's some, actually right now, there's only a minor change in the traction control. I think Chris's is a little bit more aggressive, but engine braking is the same as far, yeah.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate the chat and letting us into your world and what you do.
Yeah, thank you.
Oui.